So we have Renegade coming from winners, Cells coming from losers.
Correct.
I believe this is a run back, and it went 3-2 or 3-1 the first time.
It's 3-2. It was 3-2 the last time they met with Renegade. Obviously winning.
So this is a button check.
Okay.
So they're hanging out for a little while.
Good to know.
Yeah. Switching from Bayonetta to Cloud and back again probably means that you gotta get a little bit of your tech back down. Get your running man dance tech down.
Yeah. He loves to do that. He has been doing it just in the middle of games. He doesn't care. It's the new top meta.
And Renegade obviously needs to get those auto cancel out bears down so he can juggle cells down well. Renegade, I talked to somewhat at length about the Ryu Bayonetta matchup.
Oh yeah.
And he strongly feels that it's a lot better matchup for Cloud than for Ryu.
Okay.
And obviously he's found more success with it against Cells.
Right.
Whether that's because Cells is specifically good against Ryu or because of the matchup is kind of up for debate, obviously. But clearly he's a lot more comfortable with it. Feels a little bit more comfortable playing aggressive in particular.
Okay.
Which is hard to do against Bayonetta because which time and you're dead.
Yep. Yeah, can't get too over-aggressive against a good Bayo.
This overlay is gorgeous.
I actually, the transitions, like all of it, is really sick.
Yeah. Shout outs to Alex Myers /Checks for the incredible production value and Kane Panban White for the overlays.
Look at this.
Right?
So nice.
And all of our wonderful sponsors. Evansville Esports currently on the board there. See that beautiful transition. All right, this is heading into game one now of Renegade versus Cells. Renegade opening up with a dash attack, just trying to get stage control so that he can punish Cells' aggressive options after that. Double cross slash, trying to get that damage on. Okay, gets a dash attack, Cells back up in the air. Okay, Cells is able to get back down though. Catches the heel slide, Renegade in the air. Oh, but Renegade's able to get back down. Just slipping out of there with good DI so that he can get that up air underneath Bayonetta.
All right, Bayo off stage, see what they can do. Just resets back to neutral. Get that fair train going.
Yeah. Opted not to go for the second witch twist into more fairs, probably because he knew Cloud was going to get back regardless, so he didn't want to take the risk. Good air dodge. Okay. A little bit of footsies. Cells has Renegade back off stage. Renegade's opting to try to recover high, but obviously that is going to put him in danger of being
Which time will do
yeah.
it with the up smash, and does it again just for funsies.
Cloud is a little bit more vulnerable trying to snap to the edge than people generally think, and Cells is really good at exploiting it. So Renegade's trying to go high.
But then again, the down smash will even the game back up.
Both of these characters have awesome out of shield options, so both of these players are going to have to be really, really careful. Bayonetta, obviously, Witch Twist out of shield comes out on frame 4, which is phenomenal, and then down smash out of shield from Renegade, which is going to be really intuitive for him too, because Ryu's down smash out of shield is really good too. So it's a muscle memory thing.
Okay. Makes sense.
First witch time, afterburner. Okay, just goes for the back air. Get a nice little damage combo there.
Cross slash.
Renegade replies really quickly. Witch time. Renegade's doing a good job so far of maintaining stage control and not getting punished for the options that he's choosing to try to squeeze Cells out. Cells just throwing out a witch time on the middle of the stage.
All right, gets the back end of that nair to hit.
He's got limit again. That cross slash here is really dangerous. Cells is going to have to pick a good option. Okay, opts to just go for the platform and respect Renegade's stage control. Oh, the bat within gets out of the limit cross slash.
And then again with the down smash.
Wow.
Got himself out of a jam there.
I'm not sure Cells was expecting to get out though, because he wasn't able to punish.
Yeah. He wasn't. He didn't really react too quickly after that.
Yep.
And the dash attack from Cloud was going to close out the match.
Yep. So Renegade takes game one. 2 games away from the conclusion of this tournament, unless Cells can figure something out about this matchup and run it back. Renegade looked pretty comfortable that game, I thought.
Yeah, he really did. He was, like you said, maintaining stage control really well, and I don't know. He seemed to know his limit. I didn't even mean to. I'm sorry, but really, I mean, he really wasn't overextending, and just kind of respecting his opponent and knowing that the witch time is always a possibility.
Yeah. I guess they're kind of still deciding what stage they want to go on. Clicked on Smashville on accident, and pause obviously is off, so making him have to SD. I'd have to imagine Cells would want to pick a stage that allows him to use his aerial mobility a little bit more. Okay, so he opts to go to Dreamland.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I know Cloud likes Battlefield more because he has a little bit of an easier time navigating the platforms. And he gets to live longer because Cloud doesn't kill off the top all that often unless he's getting a finishing touch read of some kind. Okay, Cells is trying to go in a lot with that heel slide so far, and he's been punished largely because Renegade's just kind of stayed in shield. Drops a witch time on that platform and gets punished for it. Cells is having a lot of trouble landing right now. And that's going to be a little bit of a running theme because, so last week was the Master Hand Monthly.
Right.
And it was a really, really stacked monthly. And Cells got eliminated by a Rosalina in Losers, Crazy Colors, who did a really, really good job of making sure that Cells could not land.
Just keeping him up in the air.
Exactly.
Yep.
And Renegade's going to want to do the same thing. It's a little harder in some respects because, okay. Cells drops the bullet climax, and unfortunately that makes him drop way too low. So
You hate to see that, especially in Grants.
Definitely, definitely. So he drops the stock, and Renegade's only got 58%. Okay, so now he's climbing a little bit. Cell's getting some of these combos.
Catches that up tilt on the platform there.
Yep. Okay, that was pretty.
Yeah.
Renegade had been consistently DIing away pretty effectively, and that time Cells followed him instead of trying to go back the other direction. Oh, gets a witch time.
Get off the witch time.
Up air.
Wow, that was so much damage.
Yeah. That was a lot of damage, but also if Renegade wouldn't have DI'd that first afterburner kick correctly and dropped out of it, then he might have been dead. Okay, 2 afterburner kicks, back air, Renegade off stage.
Gets it again.
That percent lead that Renegade had, he was only at 58% after taking the first stock, and suddenly he's way down. Cells off stage. So Renegade's got stage control now, but Cells claims it right back. One witch twist, 1 afterburner kick, second witch twist.
And that'll be it.
I think Cells figured out something about Renegade's DI there.
Yeah, something definitely clicked. So moving into game 3.
Renegade's counterpick now. So he can pick something that either he's able to move on and hold stage control easier. He may go for something a little bit flatter than the tri-platform layout.
That's what I was going to suggest. Yeah, so he's not having to constantly maneuver around those platforms so much.
Yeah. And Renegade as a player is more comfortable, I think, with the flat
Oh, really? Just personally?
Yeah, because I know I've talked to him about this with Ryu also.
Okay.
There's kind of 2 styles of Ryu. There's the Marvel vs. Capcom style where you're flying around spraying aerials all over the place. And then there's the Street Fighter style where you're kind of slowly walking up, choking out stage control. Renegade is more of the latter.
Okay.
And a flat stage allows your opponent fewer opportunities to kind of escape, which means he's really, really comfortable holding stage control and punishing defensive options.
Yeah, it'll kind of force Cells to play Renegade's game, if you will, because just like you said, he's not able to maneuver around the platforms as much, try to escape, and kind of has to respect stage position a lot more. The Renegade sets up. I don't think we're going here.
The stage is not legal, so they couldn't even go to the Omega up here. As nice as the mirrors look. Cells also made really good use of that platforms to start his ladder combos off from a higher angle. Which
he really did, yeah. He got a few up tilts off that, and
started reading Renegade's up airs too, so he could witch time and then pop him up to then start the combo, which is really like very solid planning ahead from Cells. Okay, so going to Battlefield, higher ceiling, harder for Bayonetta to carry Renegade off the top. And he's going to be able to move around on the platforms a little bit easier. But Cells opening up with that heel slide, able to get a combo started. Renegade DIs correctly though and returns to center stage. Cells drops a witch time kind of early in this game. Okay, tries to read a tech away, and Renegade techs forward instead and doesn't get hit by the heel slide.
Air dodges, but gets his shield up in time for that up tilt.
Yep, good cross slash, but Cells DIs it appropriately and just hops out of it. Witch time, Renegade with stage control, but he a couple times has been caught by Cells coming in from that down right to up left angle and just caught Renegade on that platform.
Tries the forward smash on the ledge, but gets finishing touch, but doesn't kill.
So he loses the opportunity for a lot of percent because that didn't kill.
Correct.
And his stage counter pick may be hurting him a little bit with Battlefield's high ceiling. Finds the dash attack. Okay, Cell's just down tilts on shield. Okay, finds the witch time though.
Witch time on the
Good up smash. Renegade's gone. Okay, so Cell's going up early in this game. He's got about 100% though. Renegade's trying to get that air dodge read to knock Cells off the top, but Cells is able to get out of it. Cell's poking Renegade shield, trying to find an opening. Witch Twist is really good at shield poking once you have it depleted a little bit too. So that's probably what he's looking for. That back air is going to be safe on shield for Cells.
It was
so
well spaced too.
Yeah, poking at it.
Tries to get the up smash.
Yeah, that golf swing just knocks you out of there. Renegade finding center stage, but he's got a little bit of a hill to climb here.
Cross slash limit doesn't hit.
Yeah, Cells with a pretty small shield.
He's really trying to bait out, trying to get the witch time confirmed, get something started. Doesn't seem like he needs it right now.
Yeah, he can kind of just play safe and neutral and poke around until Renegade lets something slip.
Tries to just time it out. Yeah.
Opts to go for a hard read there with the up smash. Pretty slow, methodical get up from Cells, and then Renegade just knocks him back into the air. Okay, drops the limit blade beam on him, and Cells drops his shield before the move ends, so Cells ends up losing his stock. Cells only at 0 though, so Renegade's gonna have to play really, really well. Okay, finding the Witch Twist, second Witch Twist, second afterburner kick. Oh. Unfortunate down air.
See the down air off stage.
Alex, we're hearing like Civil War commentary or something. All right, so game 2 to Renegade. Renegade's now 2-1 up after Cells unfortunately.
SD'd on that last stock.
Yeah. I think he blew too many of his up B and side B, so then he just down aired down and had no option to get back. So Cells now, it's his counter pick. He can't go back to Dreamland because of the modified Dave Stupid rule. Cells does like Battlefield, so he could opt to go right back. Could also opt for Town and City for those early kills off the top, but obviously with clouds up air, that's a little bit dangerous. Okay, so Renegade lets him go back to Dreamland. Either that or Renegade's now pointing out that he can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they spaced a little bit. So waiting on Cell's counterpick for game 4. It's interesting that Dreamland worked out for him well. Battlefield didn't seem too bad because he did catch Renegade on the platforms a couple times. And survived the finishing touch, although I don't know if Renegade will go for that.
Yeah, that was you could. That's a sure read, and he seemed pretty sure of it if he's going to pull that out instead of a cross slash or a blade beam, for instance. But didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Chooses Smashville. Interesting. He can catch Renegade on that one moving Smashville platform, but it's going to be a little difficult to get kills off the top from there. Okay, good heel slide from Cells. Attacking on percent. Witch Twist 1, afterburner kick, back air. Renegade off stage, already sitting at 73%. Cells with some of these early Bayonetta combos. Okay, gets another afterburner kick. Gets 2 up airs.
Yeah, barely sneaks in that last up air.
Yeah. He's been doing a really good job of knowing his follow-ups just by flowcharting them and buffering the next input so that he makes sure that they connect. Good up air from Renegade. 2 afterburner kicks. Okay. Cells drops down with the bullet arts. If Bayonetta holds the bullet arts, it actually allows Bayonetta to cancel the additional ending lag that's caused by blowing all those Witch Twists in afterburner kicks.
Very smart then.
Yeah, so Cells will reasonably often drop down with those bullet arts to cancel that lag and not get punished. It just looks a little funny sometimes when you see Bayonetta shoot nothing all the way down. Ooh, great delay on that down air. Knocks Renegade off. Cells only at 75%, which isn't too bad in this matchup as long as you're not eating a limit cross slash anytime soon. Gets him with the heel slide. Renegade's rolling back a lot, so Cells is catching onto it and punishing. Fair one into bullet climax. Not sure if that's what he meant to do or not.
Seems like a missed input.
Yeah. Okay, Cells tossing Renegade up in the air.
Almost gets hit by that up tilt there.
Ooh, witch twist out of shield. Catches Renegade dropping his shield. Tries to read another roll back with a dash attack, but doesn't happen for him. And then witch times to try to cover himself, and Renegade just sits there and whacks him with the limit cross slash. But Cell's sitting at a pretty comfortable lead. He's trying to reset this bracket. He's on the last stock, potentially, of his tournament life if he plays this incorrectly, so it's clutch time. Tomahawk's up, doesn't get anything though. Drops a witch time. Ooh, double witch time. Obviously not going to get much more out of that other than a forward tilt, but. Okay, another witch time. But he's dropped it enough recently that, okay.
And the back air was going to do it.
Yeah. So more comfortable win for Cells that time.
Right, definitely.
Which is interesting because Renegade won game 1 on Smashville.
Correct.
And we talked about how comfortable Renegade is on lateral stages.
Right.
Didn't matter that time.
Yeah, it looked like a totally different game. I mean, it was, but just the way it was played at all.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
we saw Renegade really during the first game taking stage control, just kind of spacing out well, but it seemed like Cells really took control of that one.
Yeah, for sure. He caught a lot of Renegade's defensive habits.
That is
some
true.
Of his rolls,
Rollbacks,
slides,
and yeah.
A couple of the offensive options with some of those witch times, a lot of them were defensive, just kind of get off me witch times instead of punish opportunities. But at least conditioning Renegade to maybe be a little bit more hesitant later because he knows he's getting witch times. But this is game 5, so potentially Renegade could clutch out full bloom 3 here. Alternatively, Cells could reset this and send this to set 2 of Grand Finals. It looks like Zivy hopped over to give Cells a little bit of coaching, so that's Cells' coaching session for the set.
Makes 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, 30 seconds. Although I don't know that we have a guy sitting there with a stopwatch.
Oh, they're fine.
But Zivy is also a TO, so he's going to respect the rules
it,
about as well as anybody in this building. Interesting that he waited until now to get the coaching session when that last game was potentially his last.
Yeah.
He lost it. But maybe he wanted the coaching session kind of back-to-back because after this game, it could potentially be set 2, in which case he'll get another coaching session. Because it's 1%.
That's a good point, yeah.
So he might have just thought, well, I might as well use it. And Zivy also plays Cloud, so he's going to have a little bit of knowledge about some of Renegade's habits, maybe a couple openings that Cells can exploit. Zivy is also one of the operators of Boss Battle Games in Indy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So if any of you listeners don't know what Boss Battle Games is, it's an amazing venue site in Indy. Washington Square Mall, they put on weekly Smash 4 tournaments in addition to huge Indy monthlies. They're a ton of fun. You can see kind of their logo on the little bit of the stream because they're one of the sponsors of this event as well. And they help a lot with, getting the Indianapolis folks to head on over here and making sure that they have a high-level play to practice at. So it's a really, really cool group of people. All right, so heading into Game 5.
This is it.
Lilac Cruz Game 5.
No way. No way.
So Renegade picked Lilac Cruz against Bayonetta. Interesting.
No, they really did.
Yeah.
Let's go. Potentially the last game of Smash 4 singles.
Yeah. So it's going to be really difficult for Cells to land here. But if he does land, he's got a lot of edges and angles to exploit. This is going to be a really volatile game. Actually, the last game that Cells lost against Crazy Colors at the monthly was on Lilac.
Okay.
Granted, it's a little easier for Rosalina to recover sometimes on Lilac. But Rosalina, it's impossible to land on Lilac. So Cells...
There we go.
Yeah, taking
There's
a
the
beating early,
advantage
but-
that you were talking about.
Yep. Finds that angle underneath Renegade and carries him up. Obviously not quite high enough to kill him off the top.
Cross slash. Maybe.
Okay,
Yep.
Cells losing his first stock. Renegade at 61%.
Yeah. I mean, that's good, but maybe not so great for what he's looking for.
So Cells has to play really on point from here on out.
He's really trying to bait out that witch time and just...
Finds another heel slide. 2 afterburner kicks. Doesn't connect with the latch witch twist, though.
Catches him with the up air on the way down.
Can't find the back air. Renegade just sitting off stage. Okay, Cells trying to give it these hard reads.
Yeah, it seems like he's been going for a lot of those big, hard smash attack reads this set.
And they cover multiple options, but what they don't cover is people just chilling on the ledge.
Which is what Renegade's kind of been doing.
Yeah, definitely.
He says fine, you know. And they don't do a lot of shield damage, so he's not really worried about a broken shield or anything. But the up smash.
Okay, good witch time.
Yep, there we
up
go.
Smash. Cells posing a little bit. Crowd pleasing a little bit for Game 5 of this Grand Finals. I like it. Renegade is also conditioned to expect the smash attacks on the ledge a little bit because Mist, the other Indie Bayonetta, who's ranked number 2 on the Indie PR at the moment, also really likes to go for those aggressive smash attacks on the ledge.
Okay, so he knows.
Yeah. He's been hit by it enough times to know better.
Yep.
Fair one, unsafe on shield. That's another thing. Cells got punished a lot for fair ones on shield that weren't spaced kind of on the top of the shield where you bounce off and you're safe. Because if you hit the middle of it, okay, Renegade gets that golf swing.
There we go.
Takes Game 5 of Grand Finals of Full Broom 3. So congratulations to Gargantuan Esports Renegade. Great showing to Poseidon Esports Cells, taking second. Not quite able to bring it all the way to the bracket reset, but
it was a valiant effort.
Definitely.
For sure. Could have gone either way.
Yeah. And more little pieces of info to download on each other for the rest of the indie circuit.
Yep, there you go.
Because this is a